Alright, what is up, y'all? Today I just want to be talking about, you know, some of the things I wish I knew before I started powerlifting. And, with the traction powerlifting has been gaining, and with a lot of states starting high school powerlifting pretty soon, I just want to go over, maybe you're new to powerlifting. I just want to go over what I wish I knew before my first season. So, I'm going to go first, like, just in general. Um, and then I'll go into specific tips for each lift, how to go from gym gym style lifting to powerlifting style lifting, if that makes sense. So if you're going from you're just fucking you're just putting up some big ass weight to putting up some big ass weight in competition. Alright, first things first, do not make a big weight cut or weight gain. So for me, for example, I competed mostly in the 198 class and then went to the 220 class. For the 198 class, I was weighing in at 205 pretty much every day. You know what I mean? But all I did was I didn't drink water in the morning, and I took a big old piss, and I was at 198. It was that. It was literally that simple. So don't think you have to weigh in 197 before every meet. Okay? You usually have about 30 minutes to make weight. So if you're 1 pound above, go take a piss or some shit. I went over to 220 just because I had gone to about 208, 209, and still weighed in at 203 in the meets just because they're so fucking early in the morning that I just figured I'd eat after, because also tiebreakers would go to the lighter guy. So, but yeah. So don't try to, you can fill out your weight class, even fill out more than your weight class. So if you're going for 198, you can be weighing in at 205 while you're lifting, and then right as soon as you're done weighing in, you want to eat, carb up, drink a lot of fucking water, get back to, you're lifting at 205, but you're in the 198 weight class, you're gonna have a big advantage. So, alright, another thing is just realize how long the meets are and how long you have in between sets. You're gonna be there fucking all day, right? So between weigh-ins, you probably have another hour and a half till you start squatting, and then you have 30 minutes in between each set. So be prepared for that. And I'm not saying work out with 30 minutes in between each set, but maybe have a little bit more of a prolonged um, fucking rest. Yeah. Another thing is for programming. I got this from Larry Wheels, right? But I thought it worked pretty well. Basically, let's say you're 6 weeks out, do 6 reps, or you're 6 workouts out, do 6 reps, 5 reps, 4 reps, 3 reps. I usually end at 2 reps, take 3 or 4 days off, do the 1 rep at the competition. um, yeah. Or I'll do 1 rep, but just not, maybe 95%, you know, or like, 5 pounds off, basically, what I'm going for in a meet. Another thing I didn't realize, which might just me being, might be just me being a fucking retard, is you can't go lower in weight. Which, looking back at it, it seems so obvious, but I was like, my first meet, I was doing 365 on squat. I had no idea how to fucking squat. It was horrible. I have a video on how I went from doing, but not even being able to get 365 with depth to 445 with depth. And it's not because I got 80 pounds stronger, right? Because that's not fucking naturally possible in a month. And that'd be really impressive to do without, or with steroids in a month. But it's just that I fucking learned actual squat technique. Um, and I also got knee sleeves, so that also helps. But yeah, I put on 365. I did 2 attempts. Like, okay, I'll do it down to 345 because I gotta just get a number on the board, right? And I can't get depth of 365. Yeah, you can't do that. So the way I would do it is your last warm up when you lift normally, I'd say go 5 pounds heavier. That's your first attempt, right? So I usually my last warm up on bench press is 315. Start with 320. Your second attempt should be what you can do about for 2 or 3 reps. So so I would do 345 on bench, and then the last one, it depends. Obviously, maybe you need 370 to win. Then you do 370, right? But if it's just if this isn't like, this is just you're trying to qualify or something, and you have multiple meets. This is your first meet. I'll say the last attempt you go fucking balls to the wall, dude. Right? If it's at state or if this is like the championship or whatever, dude, then yeah, take it. Be a little more strategic about it. But I'd say the first meet, you just fucking send it. Second meet, you'll know, right? Based on the standings and everything. Yeah, so let's get to specific tips. Now, I've kind of already made a whole video on how to squat, but I'd say the hitch is the biggest thing that helped me, and I'll show a little video of it. But basically, kind of sticking your ass out right before you go down, helped me a lot. Make sure you do it after they say squat, because it's technically moving down, kind of. Just do it. It doesn't matter, right? If you do it before or after. But I would say do it after they say squat. Everything is just be aware of the rules, be aware of the commands. I'd say practice with the commands a little bit. You don't have to do everything necessarily. You don't have to do every set with commands, but at least be aware of them. And yeah. Okay, bench press. Realize that pause bench it's a whole different lift almost than normal bench. You want to go much lower on your chest. Well, for lighter guys, you want to just barely touch your chest and have a complete control of it. For heavier dudes, you want to maybe let it sink in a little bit and explode up. Make sure you're using your feet. It sounds weird, but you're using your feet to push backwards. By pushing backwards, you're kind of rolling. Look, see, I'm pushing up, which would be backwards if I was on a bench with my feet. You know what I mean? So, dude, I just fucking ate like 10 pounds of burgers. I look fat as fuck. Alright, anyways. Short, hold up. Yeah, anyways, pause bench. You gotta. That's the biggest difference between normal gym lifting and actual, fucking, competition lifting is by far bench press. Pretty much everyone deadlifts competition standard. Maybe you're hitching or you're using straps. Maybe people aren't going full depth on squat, but in terms of difference, it's definitely bench press. It also has the most variation based on judging. That's what you think. If somebody's giving you a horrible pause, I remember my first meet, we're using this fucking deadlift bar. So I got 3 plates on, and this shit is so much fucking slack and so much kind of bend naturally that it's literally sitting on my chest. It's fucking like swinging because we're using this shitty fucking thin women's bar or some shit, and it's like swing, and I'm just stuck here on the bottom with a shoulder injury. Fuck it, that shit was horrible. He gave me like a 4-second pause, and yeah, that dude is a retard. But another thing so yeah, just be aware of the commands. Be aware of the rack command. It's a stupid reason to miss a lift if you miss the rack command. You want to go lower on your chest, push back. Also, another thing, huge tip that I recently kind of discovered is, now make sure this follows your federation's rules, right? Every state has a little bit different rules, but at least in most federations, you can have your ass off the bench before the press. So if you have your ass off the bench, and I'll show a video of it, if you have your ass off the bench while they're giving the lift off, it just means that you're in a better position. So sometimes you unrack it, you know what I mean? You're in a good position, you unrack it, and you kind of roll over. You're not really in a good position anymore. But if you have your ass off, you can kind of manage to stay in this position or even reset a little bit. Put your ass down, and do a rep. So, and deadlift, it's pretty fucking simple. If you can do hook grip, do hook grip. I can't. I fucked up my fucking thumb too much during football. I can't really do hook grip, so I do mixed grip. I don't like training with mixed grip, just the frequency of bicep tears and the risk versus reward. It's imbalance. It creates imbalances. So train mixed grip if you have to. If you can do hook grip, do hook grip. Don't hitch. But the most important part: record yourself doing the lifts. But like I record myself from two angles most times lifting. One is for my shitty YouTube shorts, which just attracts all the YouTube comment section retards. I gotta make a video on some of these comments. Are fucking hilarious. There's one dude talking about he lifts 110-pound bags of concrete onto his shoulder, and the world record power clean is like 520 pounds. So this guy's literally stronger than the Olympic world record, and he's just doing this all day during work. He's doing hard work out here, landscaping. So, dude, who the fuck cares? That's like, dude. I'll show a video of somebody carrying 4 bags of concrete that are 40 pounds. He'd have to carry like fucking 15 of these on his shoulders for it to be 550 pounds. It's so stupid. It's the weirdest comment I've ever got. It's so funny though. I put a question mark because I thought he was talking about I had concrete weights. Like I was filling the weights up with concrete. I was like, no, they're steel, right? So I put a question mark. He says, what, did I misspell anything? He literally misspelled the first word. Or like the fourth word. But I digress. What the fuck was I talking about? Deadlift? Deadlift is like, it's the closest to you just fucking lift the weight. There's no, the only command is down usually. You might not even have a down command. Depending on your state or federation or whatever. But yeah, and oh yeah, I was talking about camera angles. I usually record from 2 angles. One is for my shitty YouTube shorts, and the other one is actually see my form. So I'm gonna show you the 3 camera angles for each one that really help you see your form the most. And that's from the side on squat. From the side on squat, and you want the camera to be about ass level when you're parallel. So you don't want to be at where you would be parallel. Bench press, you want it to be able to see your ass and your head, so kind of far away from a wide angle as well, or from the side. This is gonna let you see your bar path better. Sorry, I just ate like 2 pounds of fucking cheeseburgers. But yeah, so and then deadlift, you can record whatever the fuck you want from deadlift, honestly. Front, side, either one works really. It really depends what your problem is more than any other one. For bench press, I would recommend recording from each angle, maybe different sessions or different sets, but yeah, just realize how much different pause bench is than normal bench. You go way lower. You use different kind of leg drive, pushing yourself backwards. But yeah, so you gotta be honest with yourself. I think that's the problem I had. Right? I was like, man, I can I can squat like 500 fucking pounds, right? Because I'm in football class. I'm going down 1 inch because we're in fucking high school fucking football class, right? And nobody knows what they're doing. So I'm like fucking going down like 1 inch doing 500 pounds. And then I actually really squat in a meet and I'm doing like 365. You know what I mean? So you gotta be honest with yourself. You gotta be realistic too. You don't have to be completely realistic, but you have to be in the realm. Yeah, man. You obviously want to have aspirations that are maybe just a little unattainable. Because if they're easy, what's the fucking point, dude? What's the point of doing some shit what is the point of doing shit that is easy? Yeah, I mean, if anyone can do it, then it's easy. I don't fucking know what I was gonna say, dude. I was trying to get philosophical and shit, but I'm just a meathead, so. Yeah, so pretty much, if if you're starting out powerlifting, I don't like. I know it's. I said this last video, and it's kind of hypocritical, yeah. But don't watch videos on how to pause bench. Watch videos of people pause benching and just replicate that. So find somebody with a similar body type. Maybe you are, you know, a little bit on the shorter side, around 200 pounds. I would recommend watching somebody like Russell Ori or something like that. Maybe you're fucking tall as shit and fat as shit. Then watch somebody who's tall and fat. Watch fucking Eddie Hall or some shit. Not probably not Eddie Hall unless you're trying to get deadlift form, but you know, yeah. Just realize that powerlifting is a lot different in some regards to just lifting in the gym, and in some regards it's pretty similar. Especially deadlift is pretty much the same. Squat is kind of the same. Just if you have luckily my state, we don't have up commands on squat because that seems like a fucking nightmare. You just have to go down until this fucking dickwad says up. But yeah, so just make sure read up on the rules. I would recommend that last training block when you're doing last training session before the workout or before the meet. Sorry, before the meet. I would do what I usually do with my first, second, and third attempt. My first 2 attempts minus 10 pounds, right? So let me explain. If I'm doing bench press, right, and my plans are to do first attempt 320, second attempt 355, third attempt 385, right? I would go 310, 345, and then 385. That way you're just a little less fatigued. You're going to have 3 or 4 days off. You should at least have 3 to 4 days off before the meet of lifting. Get your fucking recovery right before the meet. Make sure you hydrate a shit ton and eat a lot of carbs after the weigh-in. And yeah, it's that fucking simple. So, remember, making weight is easier than you think. You can lose 10 pounds in a day and then gain 15 pounds back, right? Fucking Lizzo does it every fucking day, right? But minus the 10 pounds losing part. Minus the losing 10 pounds part. So.
Shit.
One problem with wired headset, so that's all for today. I'm gonna go fucking play some fucking Minecraft. Eat some fucking turkey tomorrow. Or today, depending on when this video comes out. And fucking smash some fucking PRs. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, what the hell is wrong with you? No, but if you enjoyed this video or got anything out of it, please consider liking and subscribing. I'll see y'all next time.